The Solma Partnership for Health and Wellness is a program of Westside Community Health Services based in St. Paul, Minnesota. We are Somali, Latino, and Hmong community members who work together with researchers and healthcare professionals to make a positive difference in the health of our communities. The stories you are about to hear are based on true events of families whose dying family members entered hospice. We thank the families who shared their real-life experiences to make these radio stories possible. The names of people in the story have been changed to protect their privacy.
Hi, my name is Layla. I am a 22-year-old Somali woman. I am Muslim. I have lived in Minneapolis for 15 years, and my dream is to become a nurse and take care of my beloved ones. I am currently taking nursing classes at community college. My mother, Hawa, died a few days ago after being in hospice for 3 months. Although biologically Hawa is my grandmother, I have always viewed her as my mother. My mother died when I was 2 years old, and Mama Hawa raised me since then. I call her Hoyo, which means mother in Somali. She is not just my mother, but my entire world. She has meant so much to me and shaped me to become the woman I am today.
Layla walks into the funeral room and carries the cloth that her mother will be buried in. She stands over her mother's body in silence and pauses as she prepares to wash her mother's body, a sacred tradition of Islamic funeral preparation.
Hoya, thank you. Thank you for giving me everything you could. Thank you for raising me when I became an orphan. You taught me everything. You taught me everything I know, except how to live without you. Thinking back, I wish our family didn't have so many arguments in front of you. I hope that we are reunited at the gates of heaven one day. I love you forever, and forever you're ingrained in my heart and memories. May God have mercy on your soul. Have mercy on you. I love you,
Layla begins to reflect back to the time that her beloved mother became sick and everything that led to her death. Layla comes from school to find her mother sitting in the living room with Aunt Marian and Uncle Ahmed.
My side is hurting. I think I have cold air inside of me. It's been hurting for months, or maybe it's the evil eye.
Hoyo, you have been in pain for months now. I think it's time to go see a doctor. I'll make an appointment for you as soon as possible.
She doesn't need a doctor. As she said, it's just cold air that has gone into her lungs. It's not a big deal. You American kids always want to see a doctor for every small thing. Ugh.
Auntie, she has complained of pain for months now. Mother is getting old now. She needs to see a doctor more often. I learned in one of my classes that whenever you have a pain, you have to be more preventive in your health.
What's there to prevent? Your mother is fine, and the health care here is too expensive. All those doctors want to do is charge her to risk procedures. She doesn't need. You're too young to worry about this.
Stop arguing. If it makes Layla happy, I will go to the doctor. I know I'm fine, but she has been concerned for weeks now. Everything will be fine, God willing.
2 weeks after their first appointment, Layla and her mother are called back to the doctor's office to discuss the test results.
Dr. Forrest, dial 118, please.
I'm sorry to tell you, Miss Hawa, but based on the mass in your breast, the blood test, the mammogram, and the CT scan, it indicates that you have advanced stage 4 breast cancer. The cancer has spread through your body into your liver, and that is why you have pain in your side.
No, this can't be. What? No. My mom doesn't have a cancer. No. She doesn't have a cancer. Please tell me that isn't true. No, that's not true. No. Does that mean she's going to die?
Only God decides who's going to die.
Doctor, you can cure this, right? Can we do chemotherapy? What are our options?
Unfortunately, when cancer spreads to many parts of the body, our options are limited. At this point, the prognosis is not good, and chemotherapy might be ineffective. Here, let me show you the x-ray pictures. And then you and your family can take time to process this information, and we can discuss everything at your next appointment.
The doctor shows Mama and Layla the x-ray images and the results, and they both are left in the room to contemplate what has happened.
Don't worry, Layla. Everything will be okay. We will figure it out. Put your trust in Allah. I don't know much about this American healthcare system, but I know you're smart, so everything will be okay. Tawakkal.
Aunt Mariam, Uncle Ahmed, her mother, are all in the living room arguing about the possible treatment plans they think is desirable for the mother. Family and friends are coming to talk about the next steps, and the phone is ringing off the hook as many as are calling to include their inputs, how things should be done.
I don't think I have cancer. When I was pregnant with Layla's mother and her siblings, I ate charcoal to relieve the nausea. That's exactly what the doctor's seeing in the mammogram. He is mistaken the charcoal for cancer.
Hoyo, the doctor isn't making a mistake. I saw the images myself with my own eyes, and I researched this illness. He isn't wrong. They are not wrong. This is very serious. It has spread all over your body.
Layla, don't remind your mom of that. She knows how serious it is, but we will fix this. We will go for chemotherapy. The family is currently collecting money to pay for the medicine.
Wait, Mariam. We can take her to India or Germany. They have a better doctors.
Even better yet, we can take her back to Somalia because the warm weather or fresh food will cure her.
We should try first other options like a surgery. They can remove out the tumor.
These interventions might make it worse. We can't just try everything, Uncle. I read about this thing called hospice in one of the pamphlets at clinic, and it seems like it could be good.
Layla, how dare you suggest that? Your grandmother has raised you all your life, and now you want to put her into a nursing home. Shame on you, Layla. In Islam, you're supposed to take care of your guardians when they get old.
But Auntie, that's
Go
not
to your
what-
room, Layla. We
Auntie?
adults should discuss this.
Hoya's quiet. Layla runs to her room crying.
No one should yell at Layla. My daughter knows me best. I don't want any interventions or medicine. If I'm going to die, I'll die peacefully. God is the one who will ultimately decide my fate.
Few months later, Layla takes her mother to the hospital to be treated for pneumonia. She is the only one present with her mother. Her mother is becoming sicker, and she feels alone about what to do. During her mother's stay, a doctor and a hospice nurse talked to her about options, including hospice. They explained the purpose of hospice. As Layla began to research more information, she learns ways to communicate the sensitive information to her family. This conversation gives her more confidence.
Paging Dr. Bender. Paging Dr. Bender, please.
As I said, Layla, hospice is focused on caring and not curing. We want to provide emotional, physical, and spiritual support for your mother during her last stages of life. Hospice care includes many different services designed to support you and your family at home. The hospice team will work with you and your family to help with your pain and symptoms. It can be available to help with emergency questions or care. This can be an overwhelming time, so they are always there to arrange for additional services that help with you and your family, such as arranging for beds or chairs that might make you more comfortable, or things like sending an imam to talk with you about your spiritual and emotional needs. Caring volunteers can also visit to provide friendship and support to the family. Hospice care has helped many people, and I think you should talk with the hospice nurse and learn more about it.
But won't she be in pain if she's not getting treatment for her cancer?
No, we will treat her symptoms and manage her pain. We want her to be as comfortable as possible and give your family as much assistance during the last stages of her life. Your mother can still be at home, and your family will be able to spend as much time with her as possible. How does that sound?
That sounds very comforting. All I want is for my grandmother to have a peaceful death.
Layla is in the living room with her Aunt Mariam and Uncle Ahmed. She is nervous about explaining hospice to her family, but has learned a lot from the hospice team and is prepared to use different approaches to explain what hospice entails and how to address her family's concern. Her mom's still sick in the hospital.
Auntie, Uncle, I want to talk to you about hospice again. I think we had misunderstanding about what it is. I want to kindly explain in depth with you both, if that's okay.
Go ahead, Layla. We are listening.
Hospice is not a place where Hoya will be sent to. Rather, it is a program about making the last days of her life tailored to fit her needs by providing not just medical care but emotional and spiritual support. The hospice team can come to the home anytime and assist us.
So hospice is not a nursing home? Mom can stay with us during that time frame?
The hospice team can come to the home anytime and assist us while taking into account Hoya and our family's preference and decisions. This is what Hoya wants. She has asked for a peaceful death and pain-free, and hospice can provide this for her.
What about doing any other interventions? I feel like we're giving up on her, and that's not what I want or what Islam allows.
No, Uncle, we are not giving up on our mother. She is suffering and wants a peaceful death. We will still be treating her pain and symptoms, but she does not want invasive things that will cause her more discomfort and not help her. I have spoken with the sheikh and said hospice is okay.
As long as she's not in pain and is happy with this choice, then we are okay with this.
Let's say a quiet prayer and we will go forward with this decision in the hope that it will be the best choice for the mom, God willing.
Everyone lifts their hand to say a quick prayer. Layla flashes a smile at her aunt and uncle. She is happy with her family's choice.
Over the past few weeks, Hoya had become more ill, but now that we have enrolled her in hospice, she has become more peaceful and happy. She is surrounded by all of our family members in the comfort of her home. Everyone is happy and bonding and feels good about the choice. One person is reading Quran, another individual is wrapping her feet, and another family member is conversating with her about stories back home. I appreciate the hospice nurse being present to help arrange the medicines and give my mom quality care she deserves.
Layla stops reflecting about this scene and returns to finishing up the reality of washing her mother's body.
When I made that decision to choose hospice, I asked God for guidance, and I'm glad I did, because I know I made the right decision. Hoya, thank you for teaching me how to be strong. I am glad we have had so many great memories, Hoya. Hoya, I love you very much, and I'll always miss you. I love you, Mama.
استعينوا بالصبر والصلاة وإنها لكبيرة إلا على الخاشعين الذين يظنون أنهم ملاقو ربهم وأنهم إليه راجعون.
This is the funeral scene where everyone is present at home and grieving the death of Hoya Howell. And Miriam's crying, Uncle Ahmed is talking on the phone, and again, the house phone is ringing off the hook.
Hello? Who is this?
May I come in? I brought some flowers and a card full of messages from your late mother's care team, and I came to also pay my respects to your family.
Please sit. Thank you for coming. Yeah, all the people my mother loved have come to say their last goodbyes. We have family, friends, community leaders gathered together and saying the prayers for her. We all have one purpose here together at this moment, to uphold her last wishes. Her last wishes were for her family to stick together no matter what and support each other. She also emphasized trusting in the will of God no matter what, and that no matter where life leads us, we must have faith. She asked that she died in peace and happiness, and your team made that possible. Thank you for being a part of her care and your continued support. We greatly appreciate it.
This radio story was a production of Solomon Partnership for Health and Wellness, a program of Westside Community Health Services, the Minnesota Network of Hospice and Palliative Care, ECHO Minnesota, and Gustavus Adolphus College. It was recorded and edited at IPR College of Creative Arts. This program was made possible with generous support from the St. Paul Foundation, the F.R. Bigelow Foundation, and UCARE Fund. We will also like to thank our actors and actresses, Amal Mahmoud, Suleika Ibrahim, Hussein Mahmoud, Khalid Mohammed, Ferdosa Ahmed, and Giovanni Monticello. We would also like to thank the writers and Salama researchers Suleika Ibrahim and Amran Ahmed.